Somewhere out there, in the vast possibilities of the universe, there is a version of you who never quit. A version of you who didn't hesitate, who didn't make excuses, who didn't waste time waiting for the right moment. This version of you saw their dreams through to the end. They fought through the pain. They embraced the struggle. They stayed disciplined when everyone else fell off. And because of that, they won. They built the body they always wanted. They made the money they once thought was impossible. They became strong, powerful, untouchable. But the question is, will that version of you ever exist in this reality? Or will you stay stuck in the cycle of excuses, distractions, and regret? Every decision you make, every moment you hesitate, pulls you further away from the version of yourself that you were born to become. But right now, you have a choice. These 10 lessons hold the key to unlocking that version of you. They will tear apart the lies that have kept you weak. They will force you to face the truth that success, power, and freedom are earned, not given. They will teach you to take control of your life in a way that most people never will. But only if you're willing to see them through to the end. Because if you quit, if you make excuses, if you ignore these lessons, then that stronger, richer, more powerful version of you will remain just that. A dream, a ghost, a version of yourself you'll never meet. So what will you do? Will you step up and become that person? Or will you stay exactly where you are, watching someone else live the life that was meant to be yours? Decide now. Because the only difference between the two versions of you is what you choose to do next. Lesson 1. The law that governs everything. Listen carefully. Everything you do, every thought, every action, every decision will come back to you. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but it will return with the same force that you sent it out into the world. This is not a belief. This is not wishful thinking. This is law, Newton's third law, the law of cause and effect. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. You want freedom? You want wealth? You want power? Then understand this. You will pay for it. Nothing in this world is free. There is a cost for everything you desire, and that cost must be paid in full, upfront, and with interest. You cannot cheat this law. You cannot trick it. You cannot escape it. If you put in half-hearted effort, life will give you half-hearted rewards. If you surround yourself with losers, you will become one. If you fill your mind with distractions, numbing yourself with cheap entertainment and meaningless indulgence, you will reap the consequences: weakness, regret, mediocrity. And here's the hard truth most people will never accept. You are not a victim. Look around at your life right now. Your body, your bank account, your mind, your relationships, everything you have or don't have is because of the seeds you planted. You either sowed discipline, work, and sacrifice, or you sowed laziness, excuses, and comfort. Most people will never accept this because it means they have to take responsibility. They would rather blame the system, their past, their circumstances, their genetics, their upbringing, anything but the one thing that actually determines their future: themselves. But if you understand this law, truly understand it, then you hold the keys to your own destiny. Because now, nothing is random. You don't have to sit around waiting for success to find you. You don't have to hope, pray, or wish for a better life. You can create it. You can force it into existence. The only question is, what are you willing to pay? Are you willing to sacrifice comfort for discipline? Are you willing to embrace struggle, knowing it is the down payment on success? Are you willing to earn your power, or will you continue to wish for it? The weak will turn away from this truth. They will retreat to their excuses, their distractions, their addictions, But those who are willing to suffer now will be the ones who reap the rewards later. The choice is yours. But make no mistake, life will only give you what you have earned. So what are you putting in? Lesson 2. The price of progress is pain. You want to be great? Then prepare to suffer. Because there is no success without sacrifice, no progress without pain, no evolution without destruction. Look around you. Everyone wants to win, but no one wants to bleed. Everyone wants the reward, but they run from the work. They want wealth, but they fear the grind. They want strength, but they avoid the struggle. They want power, but they refuse the pain that forges it. But here's the truth no one wants to hear. Pain is not your enemy. It is the gatekeeper to everything you desire. Every empire was built on suffering. Every champion was carved from struggle. Every success story is written in blood, sweat, and the nights where no one sees you clawing your way forward when every fiber of your being tells you to quit. Most people will never get there. Do you know why? Because they shy away when the pain comes. They retreat when the struggle appears. They see hardship and fold. They don't understand that this is the process. This is the price. You want to be successful? Then you must be willing to endure what the weak cannot. The weak chase comfort, and comfort is a slow death. It rots you from the inside. It makes you soft. It makes you weak. It makes you afraid. But pain is the forge. Pain is where the real work is done. When your body aches, when your mind screams, when everything inside of you begs to stop, that is where transformation happens. That is the breaking point where the weak surrender and the strong are born. Do not run from this. Run toward it. Because every moment of pain you embrace is a down payment on your future. The pain of sacrifice or the pain of regret. That is your only choice. One will make you unstoppable. The other will haunt you until your dying breath. So ask yourself, which pain are you willing to live with? Lesson 3. Everyone is self-made. Own it. Look in the mirror. Everything you see is your fault. Your wins, your losses, your success, your failures, your strength, your weakness. You built this. But here's the difference between the powerful and the powerless. The successful will admit it. The unsuccessful will not. The weak blame everything but themselves. They blame the system. They blame their past. They blame their parents, their teachers, their bosses, their circumstances. They blame the world for why they are not who they want to be. But here's the truth. They chose this life, just like you chose yours. You are self-made, whether you admit it or not. Every decision you've made, every action you've taken, every sacrifice you avoided, it all led you here. And if you don't like what you see, good, because that means you now understand that you are in control. You are not a victim. You are not powerless. You are not trapped. You are responsible. That means you can rebuild yourself from the ground up. That means you can become more than you ever imagined. That means your past mistakes don't define you, but only if you stop running from them. Most people will never do this, because responsibility is heavy. When you succeed, you want the credit. But when you fail, do you take the blame? The weak won't. They will tell themselves stories to avoid the truth. They will live in denial, because it is easier than looking in the mirror and admitting, I failed because of me. I am weak because of me. I am broke because of me. The successful face this truth head on. They say, I am self-made. I built this. And if I built this, I can build something greater. So what will you do? Will you own your failures, or will you hide from them? Will you take control, or will you stay at the mercy of excuses? There is no escape from this reality. You are self-made. The only question is, will you admit it? Lesson 4. Choose your pain. Discipline or regret. Pain is inevitable. No matter how fast you run, no matter how well you hide, pain will find you. But here's the truth most people don't understand. You get to choose your pain. There are only two types: the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. One lasts for a moment. The other lasts for a lifetime. Discipline is waking up early when your body begs for more sleep. Discipline is putting in the work when no one is watching. Discipline is choosing the hard path when the easy road is right there, waiting for you to fold. And yes, discipline hurts. It's uncomfortable. It burns. But regret? Regret is a slow, agonizing death. It lingers. It festers. It haunts you in the quiet moments when there's no one left to blame. Regret is looking back and realizing you had the chance, and you let it slip. Regret is knowing you could have been more, but you chose comfort instead. Regret is standing at the edge of your life, knowing you wasted it. And the worst part? You can't go back. Every choice you make is a step toward one pain or the other. Every time you avoid discipline, you make a down payment on regret. The weak will tell themselves they have time, that they'll start tomorrow, that they'll change someday. But tomorrow turns into next week. Next week turns into next year. Next year turns into never. And before they know it, regret has taken root, and it never lets go. But you have a choice. Right now. You can suffer today and be free tomorrow. Or you can avoid the pain today and suffer forever. The pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Choose wisely. Lesson 5. Control your life. Set a clear destination. Most people are lost. They drift through life like a ship with no captain, no compass, no destination, just floating, hoping the tide will take them somewhere worth going. But here's the truth. If you don't know where you're going, you'll never get there. Look around. The ones who win in life are the ones who move with purpose. The ones who fail are the ones who let life happen to them instead of taking control. They think life is random, a game of luck, a giant lottery where some people get lucky and others don't. But that's a lie. Success isn't an accident. Wealth isn't an accident. Strength isn't an accident. It's the result of setting a clear destination and marching toward it with relentless, unwavering focus. Most people never do this. They don't set goals. They don't define what they want. They just exist, waking up, going through the motions, living the same day over and over again, hoping that somehow, someday, things will change. But life doesn't change on its own. You change it. So ask yourself, what do you want? Not what someone else wants for you. Not what society says you should want. What do you want? Where are you going? Are you just moving? Or are you moving with intention? Is what you're doing right now leading you to the future you want? Or are you wasting time? Because time, energy, and attention, those are your only real assets. If you waste them, you lose. If you focus them, you win. The world doesn't reward those who wander. It rewards those who take control. So stop floating. Stop waiting. Stop hoping. Pick a destination. Lock onto it. And move forward like your life depends on it. Because it does. Lesson 6. The power of solving big problems. The world pays you in direct proportion to the size of the problems you solve. This is why the man flipping burgers makes pennies, while the man building rockets makes billions. It's not about working hard. It's about working smart, solving the right problems. Most people stay broke because they focus on small problems. paying rent next month instead of building financial freedom, complaining about their job instead of creating their own path, chasing quick money instead of building long-term wealth. They live paycheck to paycheck, solving insignificant problems, and wonder why their life never changes. But the wealthy, the powerful, the unstoppable question mark, they look for big problems. They don't just ask, how can I make money? They ask, what problems can I solve that people will pay for? They don't ask, how do I survive? They ask, how do I thrive? They don't just work hard. They work on what matters. Elon Musk isn't paid because he works more hours than a cashier at a gas station. He's paid because he's solving the problem of interplanetary travel. Jeff Bezos isn't rich because he wakes up early. He's rich because he solved the problem of global e-commerce. If you solve bigger problems, you get bigger rewards. So ask yourself, what problems are you solving? Are they big enough to change your life? Are they big enough to change the world? The market doesn't care about effort. It cares about value. You want to be successful? You want to be rich? Stop thinking small. Find a bigger problem. Solve it better than anyone else. And watch how fast your life changes. Lesson 7. Work for it. Nothing is free. Listen carefully. No one is coming to save you. No handouts. No shortcuts. No magic formula. Everything you want, success, power, freedom, you must earn it. But here's the problem. Most people don't want to work for it. They want the rewards without the sacrifice. They want the success without the struggle. They think life is supposed to be easy. Who told you that? Who fed you that lie? Life does not care about your feelings. The universe does not hand out participation trophies. The world will break you down and leave you behind if you are weak, lazy, or unprepared. You want power? Work for it. You want freedom? Work for it. You want success? Earn it. Luck is a fairy tale. Hard work? That's reality. People love to say, it's all about luck. Number luck is just probability weighted in favor of those who work the hardest. The more effort you put in, the more disciplined you are, the more relentless you become, the more opportunities seem to magically appear. But it's not magic. It's cause and effect. You create your own luck. Most people will never understand this. They will keep waiting, hoping, wishing, while the ones who grind are out there taking what they want. So ask yourself, are you waiting for life to give you something? Or are you going to take it? Are you sitting back, hoping for a break? Or are you creating your own opportunities? Are you complaining about your circumstances? Or are you changing them? This world belongs to those who put in the work. So stop looking for an easy way. There is none. There is only effort. There is only grit. There is only work. Pay the price. Earn your power. Or stay weak. Lesson 8. Trust yourself. Start with small wins. You don't trust yourself. That's why you hesitate. That's why you second-guess every decision. That's why every time you set a goal, you quit before you even get started. Deep down, you don't believe in your own word. Why? Because you've spent years breaking promises to yourself. You said you'd wake up early. Then you hit snooze. You said you'd get in shape. Then you skipped the gym. You said you'd start that business. Then you made another excuse. And now, you don't believe a single thing you say. But here's the truth. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you confidence. No one is going to build discipline for you. If you want to trust yourself, you have to earn it, brick by brick. Start small. Wake up when you say you will. Read one page when you say you will. Do one workout when you say you will. Eat one healthy meal when you say you will. Every time you follow through, you prove to yourself that your word means something. Every small win is another brick in the foundation of your self-trust. And before you know it, you've built an unshakable mindset. Most people will never do this. They'll keep making promises they don't keep. They'll keep lying to themselves. And they'll wonder why they never get anywhere in life. But you will be different. Because now you know the truth. If you can't trust yourself, how can you expect the world to? If you don't believe in your own word, why should anyone else? If you don't commit to the small things, how will you ever achieve something great? Self-trust is not given. It is earned. And if you don't start now, you never will. So stop waiting. Win the small battles. Stack the victories. And soon, you'll become unstoppable. Lesson 9. Break free from conditioning. You were programmed to be weak. From the moment you were born, society shaped you into a follower, not a leader. A worker, not a thinker. A consumer, not a creator. You were conditioned to fear failure, to seek approval, to obey without question. You were told to stay in line, play it safe, and never take risks. And now, you are trapped. Trapped in a cycle of mindless entertainment. Trapped in a routine that keeps you comfortable but powerless. Trapped by fears that were installed in you, not chosen by you. But here's the truth. Everything you think is normal is a lie. School taught you to memorize, not to think. Society told you that security is found in a paycheck, not in freedom. The system rewards compliance, not innovation. And if you don't wake up, you will live your entire life as a pawn in someone else's game. But there is a way out. It starts with breaking free from conditioning. Ask yourself, do I really believe this? Or was I taught to believe it? Am I making decisions based on fear or truth? Is this life truly mine? Or am I just following a script? Because most people never ask these questions. And that's why they stay stuck. But you refuse to be controlled. You refuse to be another cog in the machine. You refuse to live a life dictated by fear. So from this moment forward, you must question everything. Challenge every belief you hold. Destroy every limitation placed upon you. Rebuild yourself from the ground up, on your own terms. The weak will stay plugged into the system, but the strong, they break free. So what will you choose? Freedom or control? Truth or illusion? Your mind is either your greatest weapon or your greatest prison. Break free, or stay trapped forever. Lesson 10. Death is certain, so take action. Now, you are running out of time. Every second that passes is a second you will never get back. Every day wasted is a day you can't redo. And one day, the clock will stop. Your heart will beat for the last time. And whatever you did, or didn't do, will be the final story of your life. There are no second chances. Yet most people live like they have forever. They move through life like it's a rehearsal, like they can just start tomorrow. They waste time on meaningless distractions, as if time is something they can afford to lose. But here's the truth. You don't have time. Every dream you delay, every goal you put off, every action you avoid, it all leads to one thing: regret. And regret is the heaviest burden a person can carry. Regret will whisper to you in your final moments. You could have been more. You could have tried harder. You could have taken the risk, but you didn't. And by then, it's too late. You will never get another chance to chase that dream. You will never get another chance to build something great. You will never get another chance to live fully, because your time is up. So stop waiting. You want success? Go after it now. You want freedom? Build it now. You want to leave a legacy? Start creating it now. Most people will waste their lives waiting for the perfect moment. But the perfect moment never comes. The ones who win, they take action. Today. Right now. Because they know the truth. Death is coming. You cannot stop it. But before it gets here, you have one choice: to live fully or to die with regret. So what will it be? You've made it this far. You've seen the truth that most people will never accept, that success, power, and freedom are not handed out. They are earned. You now know that pain is the price of progress, that discipline is the only way to avoid regret, that the world rewards those who solve big problems, that your life, every part of it, is a direct reflection of the choices you've made. But here's the real question. What will you do with this knowledge? Because most people, they hear the truth and ignore it. They get inspired for a moment, then go right back to their old ways. They keep waiting. They keep making excuses. And before they know it, their time is gone. Don't let that be you. Because there is still a version of you who did everything right, who stayed disciplined, who pushed through the suffering, who built the life they always wanted. And right now, that version of you is waiting for you to catch up, waiting for you to prove that you deserve to be them. But the only way you get there is by taking action. Not tomorrow, not someday. Right now. Because every moment you hesitate, every excuse you make, every distraction you choose, pulls you further away from that future. So stop waiting. You know what needs to be done. You know what's required. You know the price. Now pay it. Because there are only two options. Become the person you were meant to be, or spend the rest of your life wondering what could have been. The choice is yours.